tonight, the fear inside Meta, it is no longer suspicion or no longer speculation. The company is officially preparing to cut nearly 8,000 jobs globally, beginning May 20th. And once again, the reason points towards artificial intelligence. Well, Meta says it wants smaller teams, greater efficiency, and stronger AI-focused operation. Now for Indians who are working in America, specifically on H-1B visas, the Indian techies, this creates a completely different kind of fear for them. Because layoffs are not just about losing an income, right? Sometimes layoffs can threaten immigration status itself. In fact, many foreign workers, specifically Indian, remain legally tied to their employer through visa sponsorship. Lose the job and suddenly your future in America, it becomes uncertain overnight. Now here Meta says affected employees in the United States will receive severance pay, healthcare support, immigration-related assistance where it is necessary. But you know what? The bigger message that's impossible to ignore here. Meta is freezing thousands of open positions while heavily investing in AI infrastructure and machine learning system. In fact, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, he reportedly described the reconstructing as a move towards leaner and more efficient team. And tonight, that changes the emotional psychology of Silicon Valley itself. Workers are no longer asking, how quickly can I go? Well, at this stage, they are asking, how long before AI replaces me? Inside Meta, workers are reportedly protesting against workplace surveillance itself. Well, according to the reports, employees distributed pamphlets, and that too inside Meta offices, accusing the company of turning workplaces into what they called an employee data extraction factory. And you know what really triggered this backlash? Mouse tracking software. That's right. Employees claim that Meta introduced a system capable of monitoring cursor movement, clicking pattern, digital interaction behavior. Now, wait for a second. Can you imagine sitting inside an office where every moment of your laptop or your computer, it may be analyzed by your boss? That means every click, every pause, every action that you do. And yes, at the very same time, layoffs are approaching. In fact, Meta has announced major layoff, and that is the atmosphere reportedly developing inside Meta. The company is expected to reduce nearly 10% of its workforce while reconstructing aggressively around AI system. In fact, many employees fear that the software may eventually help train the artificial intelligence tools capable of replacing human workers themselves. But in the meantime, Meta defended the technology by saying that it improves AI performance through studying real-world human interaction with computers. But internally, frustration has reportedly been rising rapidly. In fact, some employees have started discussing unionization efforts through labor group in Europe and the United Kingdom. And you know, this matters a lot for Indians. Why? Because Indians form a major part of Meta's global engineering workforce. And tonight, many Indian professionals are asking themselves just one basic, yet very controversial question. Even if Silicon Valley's biggest companies are becoming unstable and surveillance heavy, then what exactly is secure anymore in the United States? Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Meta,